Yo. Hey. Shoot. What's up?
What's going on? Jay's just about to join us. He's had a couple things going on. He's good to rock and roll, guys. Thank y'all for tuning in. Good morning. Welcome to Web3 Breakfast. I'm Turbo Made It, just the co-host here, kicking it with my guy, Jay Chains, man, who always takes us on an amazing travel through the Web3 so you can be a part of the conversation, guys. Please hit the request mic. And if you could, go down there, hit that purple pill, retweet out the space, drop by YouTube, give it a like, maybe subscribe to that channel as well. We're going to be having lots of content come your way, and we are super freaking excited. What's up, Jay?
What up? Not Turbo Made It. How are we doing? If you're watching the live stream, we are live on.
You're muted on the Twitter.
Jesus, stupid phone.
That's all right.
Hey,
it's Monday.
Hey, yeah, it is. It's Monday. GM. Yeah, what I was going to say was, hey, Not Turbo Made It. Just so you guys know, if you are watching on the live stream, we are multicasted on LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. So you can check us out on any one of those platforms. You can go to jchains.live. It'll take you to the YouTube, or you can go to web3breakfast.com. You can find us there. So go ahead, check it out. Make sure that you guys, if you've not subscribed to our channel yet, I don't know what is wrong with you. But pretty soon we are going to be loading the shit out of this channel with a bunch of content Web3 related. So I don't know, man, get ready. It's going to be good. But yeah, I was saying, if you are watching the live stream, it is the co-host today is not Turbo Made It, because he was let go right before the show, because him and Seven decided to send my brain into a tailspin about some Paul McCartney thing that he actually died back in the 60s or something, and he's just been some fake stand-in pretty much for 70 years or whatever. And I don't know, man, you guys blew my mind with explaining the cover, but I think that was one of those things that put into perspective, like, it might be time to do another conspiracy theory work. I don't know, conspiracy theory week, or at least a show, so we can get into this stuff, because now I don't even know what's up and down anymore.
Yeah, but we're going to have to do it from another YouTube. We can't risk getting shut down at this point. We have to keep our YouTube running.
That's probably
live.
That's probably a fair point. Maybe
we just started a throwaway YouTube to do our conspiracy spaces
just to see how
throwaway YouTube.
There it is.
Yes,
that's what it is. And you know what? We'll open up the channel to anybody that's willing to put some controversial content out there. Truth content, not lies, controversial truth content, for the fellow truth seekers in the world. I know there's a bunch of people looking to get to Asgard. I'm looking to get over the wall for sure, and I know there's plenty of people that join me there. So that might be fun to do soon, one of these days.
I think that would be. Yeah, Corey's coming back. He had dropped. We're bringing him right back around here. Maybe we'll be able to talk to him. What's up, Corey, my man?
Hey, GM.
Yo, you sound great, bro.
Hey, thanks. You sound great too, Turbo.
I'm just fixing the thing. Go ahead, Turbo. I got to fix the camera.
Yeah, no worries, man. Yeah, definitely looking forward. You know, it's Wednesday, man. We're almost halfway through this month already. You know, this is gonna be the first 30 down. You know what I'm saying, on the extension. I got to get back. You know, since we was out in LA and stuff, I haven't checked in to see, you know, what's going on with our government. We did talk Web3. We will be doing some content as far as like on some real estate stuff and some traditional stocks as well, and trying to get people into that. And Matthew, you would have been so proud of the conversation we were having with Jay Chains, not about blowing his brain, but the whole fact about just long-term investing, you know, and finding some things to invest in that, you know, that you can put 10,000 in, and over 10 years it'll make you $1 million. You know what I'm saying? He listen. No. It was like pulling teeth.
No, listen. You guys must be just super excited about the stock world or something, because to 10x a portfolio in 10 years is dumb. You got to 10x your portfolio in like 30 days in crypto. That's why we're here, ladies and gentlemen. We're not here to. Yes, we are here for the tech and build communities, but I would assume everybody's also here to make some money. So we got a bull run coming. So let's try to get those 100x's and not not settle for those 3 to 5% gains like the stonk boys love. Stonks.
Well, listen, Jay. All I'm saying is that you just need a long-term play. I've been going 37 years without a savings account. You know what I'm saying? And I had quite the conundrum yesterday because I had lost my credit cards on the way to LA. Oh. So I had one card remaining. Right, so I got your burger from the Whataburger. How was that burger?
Delicious, man. Thank you, by the way. It's the first Whataburger I've had since I moved from Texas. It was amazing. So thank you.
I was this close to getting one as well, but I had just had a great lunch with AJ, and I was like, man, I just let it go. But anyway, so I get your burger. I lose that card. I have 6 miles, bro. I have 6 miles. I'm out of gas. I'm at the gas station. Cannot connect my cards to freaking Apple Pay. I'm like, I have no idea what I'm gonna do. Like, I have no one to call. I call 7. I'm like, yo, I like 7. I call him. He doesn't answer. I'm like, shit. So after about 15 minutes, I relaxed. I found the card. It had fallen behind my wallet.
Oh no!
Like, I just had to like relax. And it was just that reminder, bro, of like the whole emotions thing, right? When emotions are out of control, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's easy to overlook things. And if I would have just had some money stashed away, if I would have had a little savings, a little nest egg, you know what I'm saying?
Just a $20 bill in your truck or in your car will help you have peace of mind when something panic like that happens.
There you go. Put a little dry powder in the car just in case. And not that kind of dry powder.
A little bit more in crypto.
Like a $20 bill.
We have been messed this morning.
Yeah, you don't want to get in trouble. Speaking of getting in trouble, I'm gonna have to probably call someone out for this whole boxing match pretty soon, which is, I think, either gonna be in December or March, Dubai or Vegas. I'm not sure, but if you guys saw my Twitter feed or X feed last night, Ben and I had our first day of training at the local boxing gym here, and I tell you what. Justin Castardo, I'm going to admit this. I'm going to be fully transparent with every single one of you right now. I am extremely out of shape. Extremely out of shape. After I learned that yesterday, I kind of knew, like I had the suspicion. We do our little micro workouts, but that is a whole nother beast. And so I am super freaking excited to do this training because I'm going to,
beat the shit out of that guy. Yeah. But,
so I'm going to have to call him out because here's the thing. He's everybody knows Gabriel. Gabriel's a spokesman for Karate Combat, a spokesman for them. He gets paid and he trains and he calls people out. And someone asked him if he was looking, ready to fight for this card. And he's like afraid to fight. Like, how could you be that big of a, like, that doesn't even make sense to me. So Gabby, shit, man. I don't think I'm going to fight Brady anymore. I'm calling you out, buddy. Like, if you're a spokesman for this Karate Combat, get in the fucking ring. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be 100 too, man. I do not like that guy's face.
Nah, he's
I don't
like anyway. So beef. Yeah, we're gonna start the beef, guys. So Web3 breakfast. We this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna get in the corner and we're gonna fight this guy. We're not actually. That sounded terrible. Anyway, let's get some hands before I say something dumb. We'll go Corey and then Beasky.
Hell yeah.
Hey, I just wanted to go back to the Paul McCartney thing. It's just funny that you mentioned it because my dad was just telling me Monday about it. And apparently, if you play like one of the records, I think it's called like Revolution 9 or something like that. If you play it backwards, at one part of it, it says, you know, something along the lines of Paul McCartney is dead.
Yeah. This is how they were blowing my mind by saying if you play these records backwards, basically you get to hear everyone's lies, and so they're telling you all of the lies that he's like. It's you guys like ruined
my favorite
my brain.
part is we threw this at him 5 minutes before we got on the show, guys. So he's
Like ruined my world right before we went live, but that's all right. We can handle it. We're just gonna have to have a conversation about it. You know, we got a few more minutes left in the chop shop, so we can get into it. But I definitely want to get to Biscuit's hand before we maybe steer the conversation in a different direction.
I actually came up to say something else, but have you guys ever seen the Saturday Night Live skit with Eddie Murphy, where he says he was part of the Beatles? He was the saxophone player.
That is the best.
Dude, it's so good. When you play the album backwards, you can hear Paul and John talking, and they're like, "Hey, let's get rid of Clarence and steal all his good ideas." But he played saxophone, so like the song was like "We Love You," and it's like "We love you, man." And it's just absolutely ridiculously hilarious. J Chains, if you're looking for someone to fight, I know Mike Tyson. I could probably get him in the ring with you.
Jesus.
If you're looking for a challenge.
Biscuit, are you trying to get me murdered?
No.
Yeah,
Exactly. Let's listen. I don't want
if someone you want to fight runs a fight shop and is telling you they don't want to get in the ring, that might be a clue that getting in the ring is not such a good idea. But one last thing real quick. I was reading this article the other day that was talking about poverty and cognitive function. And they actually were studying it on a neurological level. And poverty is a state of mind that makes you think more poorly. You actually don't think as well when you're poor and have to worry about money than you do when you're freed from that. So they were talking about frequently our society looks down on people who are poor and is like, why can't you get out of this? And there's actually a functional problem with being poor that makes you not think as well.
Man, I gotta believe that too, bro. 100%. You know, because like I tell you, like my hometown, bro, is just full of just like poverty, right? Like, but it's the mindset, man. Like these people, like they're not excited to get out. Like I talked to them about the things that are going on. They're just like, can't understand it. Just no way I'm gonna get. I'm like, yeah, but this is the greatest time of transition of wealth. Like this is your opportunity, right? Like it's gonna take work. You know what I'm saying? But like if you get in here and you really dig hard and you know what I mean, and you use those gifts and talents and abilities that you have, you'll be able to pay your bills and get out of this place. And they just can't believe it.
That's my whole entire family, dude. I don't understand how my siblings grew up the same way I did and never broke out of the cycle. But it's just because they didn't want to. They were so comfortable in it and their mindset. Like they don't. Like every time we hang out, they're like, oh, you know, blah 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 blah. Daddy Warbucks always gets to do, and they call me lucky and shit. I'm like, bro, you don't realize every day of my life is like hard work. Like I always am constantly looking for the next dollar bill that I can get, and they're just happy with the 9 to 5s that they work. Not me.
That I agree, and I feel like the more and more as we get into our industry and ecosystem and it grows, I think we're going to find more and more, and we're seeing it. I mean, there's not too many people that go to the office for 40 years like their dad and grandpas did, right? Like doing the same job. Like we know that is starting to go away, and especially like with the number one job that kids want to be an influencer or a YouTuber, content creator, whatever it is. That's just we're gonna get farther and farther away from that idea, especially as we develop the metaverse. And there's like we're literally building a whole new world that is a digital realm that will have endless opportunities for people to capitalize and earn income. And so I really do think that a lot of jobs will get replaced by AI and robots, like at fast food restaurants and stuff, and that's okay, because there are jobs that I think fundamentally will create better parts of our ecosystem and society, and give people better opportunities as well. I mean, like you got to think like somebody that's flipping burgers at McDonald's could also possess the skill of being a graphic designer, and they could flourish here in Web3 and not have to worry about flipping burgers for $13 an hour or whatever, they're doing. I don't even know what the minimum wage is, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
They already have the Starbucks robot. You haven't seen that?
Yeah, I mean, like Panera.
Yeah. That shit is amazing.
You go on a cruise, they got robot bartenders and stuff now. I mean, like that's the kind of things that, as a business, and yeah, even if you were to like implement something like that as a bar, like I think it would be a disservice, right? Because that personal nature goes a long way. There's a lot of things where, the human interaction is what makes the business, right? Now you put into, cost controls when you have things regulated like a robot. So as the business owner, you're going to be better off. But, as a patron, you want to sit there and actually have a conversation with your bartender. You don't want to, unless you're there with friends. Like,
I feel like it's going to be an AI bartender though. It's just going to know exactly what emotion you are exhibiting, and it's going to be able to counter it instantly and make you feel better at the bar.
By the time you hit the bar, it's got your perfect drinks. Like, sometimes you be having a shitty day and it's like, oh, you can tell based off your interaction and your engagement and your text messages, your communication. Bro, this shit is going to get weirder and weird here shortly. But
welcome to the bar. AI love you. You seem like a margarita guy. Please sit down. I'll have your drink shortly.
I definitely margaritas and mojitos, baby.
Let's go.
You know what they say about tequila, right? It makes the clothes fall off. And I am the lover from like no other. Your number one brother. I do want to talk about the smother of support that we should be exhibiting to creators in the space. Push these people to the forefront. Projects I see all the time. You hit my DMs. You say, hey, I love. Do me a favor, send a retweet out. And I say, yeah, no problem. I'll send you retweets. You're a good person. I believe in what you got going on. But when it comes to the creators in the spectrum, where is our love and our support? Where is our promotion and our endorsement? How are you pushing us out in front of your communities? I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. Jake Change, I'm on one this morning, baby.
Hey, anytime you got to rant and roll, man, make sure that you do that. We love passion. We love passion here at Web3 Breakfast, and and that goes for everybody. Like that's the whole point of this show. Like something fired you up about Web3, or you upset about something, you need to chat about it. Like that's what this stage is for. Like we tell you guys, it's a show for the community by the community. We only got the one rule: don't be a douchebag. So no racist, sexist, homophobes.
All right.
Hey, other than that, man, come up here and talk about what you want to learn.
I come here to learn.
Yeah,
you guys, especially you, Jay. Your reputation speaks for itself, right? And I come from the wise, the ways of the streets. You hear me talk about it a lot, right? Because it's been influential in my life, and I learned a lot. And one thing I learned coming up was listen to the ones that are doing well and that have the experience, right? Because they can help you navigate the seas that you're about to journey across in the path. And so when I look at you and when I come in, why I value your voice so much, I know your history. I've seen your resume. I see how you carry yourself IRL, right? And I love your perspectives, and it helps me grow and it helps me evolve. And I think like over resoundingly when we talk about the Web3 breakfast space, that's what I get from this space, right? Like I get an evolution of who I am. You guys and gals, y'all make me a better person. You get my mind thinking differently, and that's what makes this space so special all day.
Yeah, and I wanted to take a second too. Definitely appreciate that. Hey, I love, man, for 100. Gave you I think you wanted to say something there real quick. I have something to add right after you on that.
No, you're good. I didn't notice that. I didn't see 7 in the speaker panel, but I just threw you as the co-host, man. I appreciate you. Appreciate you, Doug.
Well, thank you.
The thing about the whole chain lab situation and everything that and why it's so important, right? Like we talk about financial literacy, cryptocurrency education, but then content creation for everyone, right? The idea that giving people the opportunity to create content is going to be so freaking vital in the future, because this is how we're going to continue to push our society forward. Like at one time we used to read books. Actually, before that, we all used to get together and share spoken word. Then they started writing it down in books. But then they created television, which began to manipulate and stop the movement that we had going. This is our opportunity for us to have the voice and to find our true people. The financial literacy and the cryptocurrency education is a stepping stone to getting them to whatever it is, that's important to them. It's not for them to create cryptocurrency. It's for them to be able to raise money and then have the opportunity to get their information out. And that's why Chain Labs is so important. And we're going to have a lot of information coming. We've had some great meetings we are, back and moving that forward. So we just appreciate all of you guys for being here.
Hell yeah. All right. Let's get to a couple hands. We'll finish up the chop shop, and then we'll get into a conversation today. I definitely do want to talk about, what's going on. Another article came out this morning, kind of about the SEC against Coinbase. Kind of seems like there's, I think, 3 things coming out that seem to be going in the SEC's way for some reason. And so we'll get into that conversation in a little bit here, but I'm not sure what the hand order is. I think it was Corey, Beaskeet, and then Issues. If that's cool, we'll roll with that order.
Yo, am I
Yes.
incognito right now?
Yes. I love this.
Dude, I would have came up here like a year ago if I knew I could be a different person.
I love everything that's happening right now. I got to turn it up though. Corey, thank you for doing this.
Anonymous Nation is on the rise.
Yes.
You said that's in Issues, right?
Beaskeet next, and then we'll roll on over to Issues.
So I have this dystopic vision of the future where your actual Twitter account won't actually be populated by humans. It'll be entirely populated by bots. So when you go on your Twitter, everyone you interact with, every troll, every reply guy, every friend that you're connected with will be a bot. And they're going to license celebrities so that you'll be able to add whatever celebrity you want to your Twitter, and they will be your friend, meaning they will GM you in the morning when you wake up. You'll be able to have back and forth with them. So this idea has been in my head for about 2 weeks. And then yesterday, Jonah, who's a Web3 gamer influencer in the space, posted this, which is I put up top, which is exactly that. And it's still pretty rudimentary, but given the way AI is moving forward in the space, this is going to become very effective very quickly.
Oh, yeah.
Like right now, they're still using studio footage of the people as AI, but you can literally chat with Kylie Jenner and she talks to you like she's your friend. Like, what are you tripping about? Don't talk to me that way. That kind of stuff. You can talk smack to them. You can be friendly to them, but that's what's coming. And if that's what's coming, the idea that people are going to have careers as Web3 influencers goes right out the window, because who's going to care about your influence? They can have Robert De Niro as their buddy. If they can have Matt Damon as their friend, what are they going to do when the choice is between listening to Beaskeet or Tom Cruise?
Oh my God.
Can I say honestly, like, and when it comes to Web3, I'd rather listen to Beaskeet than Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise he doesn't know shit. He can jump off of a plane and ride a motorcycle off a cliff, but he probably doesn't know shit about Web3.
You are a unique individual.
Douche.
What about Beaskeet as Tom Cruise voice? Like, think about it. Like, I see the scale of what he's talking to, and I feel like, damn, that would be a dangerous world. Can you imagine having this fucking intimate relationship with these celebrities, and it's just a bot? And so now you're having this daily conversation. You're thinking that the relationship is authentic, and you meet the celebrity. Oh my goodness, in person. Oh no, do not mind F me like that. Oh my goodness, we got the man, the myth, the legend. Ben, how you doing, Ben? Ben, we got a cycle of hands here. They got me in as co-host. It's your boy, the lover like no other. But let's go to Issues and then Zima.
Yo, what it do, fam? What's up, fam? So I'm just gonna comment, about the subject about the voice changer. So imagine if you had Morgan Freeman, right? You just make your own voice. Everybody's got the AI changer to Morgan Freeman. Everybody sounds like him. Everybody's got the narrative going on. We're all hanging out. You know what I'm saying? That'd be a game changer. So like Jay Chains would sound like Morgan Freeman at all times. So he would come up here. He'd have that nice, smooth Yeti voice. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I didn't know it was going to play out loud, but this is an AI cover of It Wasn't Me, featuring Morgan Freeman. Okay. Nobody wants to hear Morgan Freeman sing It Wasn't Me. Sorry to interrupt with that horrible song.
Oh my God, was that fucking Shaggy, baby? That's not horrible. Mr. Boomtastic.
It was an AI version with Morgan Freeman. Anyway, Ben, what's up, man? Zima, we'll get to you in a second. What's up, man?
Well, I was thinking they could make a remix of that song about my truck. They could rename it instead of It Wasn't Me, It Wasn't Cassie. I thought that would be,
Yeah.
Yo, that 2
It
seconds
wasn't
had me rolling.
Who's in the vehicle? It wasn't Cassie.
I still think that we need to get shirts made that says "Who's in the truck, sir?"
Oh, for sure. Oh, definitely. Good morning, everybody. Glad I think a lot of people don't realize this.
What is it?
There's a really
There we go.
There you go. So again, the thing is you're talking about Tom Cruise, and obviously he's a very little man, but he does big stunts, except he actually has a stunt double that does all the stunts for him, or most of them. Obviously, he does some of his own stuff. And I don't know, a lot of people don't know this, but actually, the live stream in front of Carlos's house, that was actually a stunt double. It actually wasn't me. So I also have stunt doubles. And it was a stand-in, guys. I mean, obviously, when you get busted for loitering, everybody knows you go to prison. So since I didn't go to prison for loitering, my stunt double, he's actually doing a hard time right now.
Nice. These guys like right before we went on the show, Ben, and I don't know if you know anything about this conspiracy theories or whatever, and we talked about it pretty much as we opened up, but they were telling me that Paul McCartney actually died like back in the 60s, and he had a fill-in for his whole life. Even on the album cover, it like shows you got the preacher, you've got the pallbearer, you got obviously the dead guy, and then the grave digger, and that was the guys walking across the street, and like that blew my mind. That they were able to fool the world for, like 60 years or whatever. Like, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I think it's very interesting when you look at conspiracy theories. And, I think that there's another famous conspiracy theory that's kind of around the same thing here, which is a lot of people know this, that they say Avril Lavigne actually died back in like 2004 or something like that. And that her new, it's been a stunt double basically ever since. I mean, it's certainly not the only person that has been conspired about. And I know, I used to work with somebody who was really big into conspiracy theories. Like that's all they talked about were these crazy conspiracy theories on the deep state, and talking about, the government's going to overthrow us. They've already got a plan, Alex Jones type stuff. And then, that person actually got involved in conspiracy and didn't even see it right in front of his eyes. But, so a lot of conspiracy theories out there. I think that it's very interesting to dive into some of those. And there's been other people that have been claimed to, and then you have people that are claimed to be dead that are supposedly not dead, right? Like Tupac's living on an island somewhere. Elvis is eating a nanner sandwich on a toilet somewhere, So it's very interesting because I do think that out of all the people that have been it's been theorized that maybe they're still alive. Like there's like 10 or 12 people on that list. Who knows? Maybe one of them really is still alive.
Listen, I'm pretty sure that that Pac is over the walls of Asgard. He got over the ice wall. He is staring up at the most beautiful scene in the world. So he is over there. Now let me, like this whole thing with Avril Lavigne. Like, why is there a conspiracy? Not and no shade to my brothers up north from Canada, eh? But what would be the point of like a conspiracy theory that she wasn't like her song was like Skater Boy, right? Like, it wasn't like that big.
There's a skinny tie cadre that is backing the whole scam.
Skinny ties. You had Skater Boys. You had lip glosses popping remixes.
Okay.
You had all kinds of stuff.
Dang.
Okay, so
look, I'm a big Avril Lavigne fan. I'm just gonna throw it out there, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and talk this out. A lot of people have been questioning my sexuality lately, and I'm gonna go ahead and come out and say, I'm gonna come out of the closet and say I do like Avril Lavigne. Take that for what it's worth, guys. If you want to read into me liking Avril Lavigne and make judgments, because it's been said, like, hey,
you freaky for you. You are a fucking freak.
So look, guys. I don't mean to confuse everybody, but apparently, like, all this stuff's been going around.
So she was
me. I don't even know.
She was a staple of pop culture, is what we're saying here, which is what I'm going to gather.
The theory is, the theory is that Avril Lavigne was a giant music star that was selling tons of records, making lots of money, and she got sick and got a disease and died, or either got sick and has got a disease and is now somewhere else in the world. And the record company wanted to keep the money train rolling, and that's it's the record company that's the conspiracy, not actually Avril Lavigne herself. But Avril Lavigne, what I like is when people are involved in conspiracies, and they come out and they make fun of it. Yeah, I like that. It's kind of like I do. But I think Avril Lavigne has made several videos where she comments on like the conspiracy that she's not her. But like, you get really deep into the reverse psychology and you say like, okay, if this really were a conspiracy, that's a great way to make it look like it's not a conspiracy. Have Avril Lavigne herself come out and address it. And then you could use game theory and you could say, well, yeah, but like if she wasn't really involved, then this is also a great strategy. So we're really left with two choices here. Avril Lavigne's dead or she's alive, and we'll never know the truth.
Thanks, John Madden.
And that's
some commentary you bought by John Madden. She's either alive or not, and we'll never know the truth until maybe one day. Hey, she's gonna
get popped. She might end up 6 feet under. She's gonna need to find a hole to bury herself into. Pat.
You never know. I still definitely want to go ahead.
I just need to know if Ben is going to come out to Avril Lavigne in his big fight.
Yes.
Like lip gloss popping or something.
Oh my God! What song? What Avril Lavigne? People put in the comments, guys.
That'd be amazing.
Song by Avril Lavigne should I come out to? I mean, as I am obviously having a sexual orientation crisis, maybe I should come out to lip gloss. It's popping to the Avril Lavigne part. And maybe I'll come out wearing lip gloss. That'll be a new thing for me. Never tried that before.
There you go. There you go. Hey,
she has a new song with All Time Low right now.
Yeah.
Speaking of new things, guys, if you are new here, it is 10:30, so that means we're halfway through the show. And the one thing that we like to do here is make sure that we take care of our healthy minds, our healthy bodies, and our healthy portfolios. So we're going to take care of those healthy bodies right now, and it's time to get a little workout in. So I don't know, if you can, stand up. If you can't, start shaking it. Do whatever you got to do to get your blood pumping. But it's time to get a workout in. So, and then we'll get back to our hands as soon as we get back from the workout. All right.
Say again, Coach.
I said you like to take my thunder.
Oh, sorry, Coach.
The Decepticons got him.
They got him. Well, he's Anon now. He's feeling much better about being anonymous. All right, here's a song from our friend and in real life and in the show, Nessie. What we doing, baby? Because what are we doing today? We got to get back on track with the show, talking about crypto innovation under siege, U.S. state regulators taking on Coinbase.
Yeah.
Let's go. This is your opportunity. Get up right now. You're either making results or you're making excuses. Let's go. What you doing?
How you saying wag me, but you laying bad seeds? What we doing? Hey. Projects getting pumped, just to end up getting dumped. What we doing? Hey. Got the whole space jumping, but they never give us nothing. What we doing? Going on? Tell me what we doing. Going on? Hey. I'm trying to onboard all my haters from Concord to time for it. Do it, cause Dylan never got more. It's all love. We got to lead by example because it's all love. So what is we gonna do? Seen a lot of crooked things in my time. Bills up in my ties. Best friends split over fine brides. End of the day, we all each other's lifeline. Cause what's the point of winning without someone to share it with? Always spread the love no matter how rare it get. Used to rock the hand-me-down J's. I ain't care if they did. I'm making music for myself. I don't care if it hit. I'm just sharing the clips. Gotta ask what happened to that boy. Shit. A lot of pain in my heart. What happened to that joy? Had to tap back in, ain't want to lose that boy. A lot of blabbing and chatter, I had to mute that noise. So what we doing? What we doing? How you saying wag me, but you laying bad seeds? What we doing? Projects getting pumped, just to end up getting dumped. What we doing? What are we doing? Got the whole space jumping, but they never give us nothing. What we doing?
Get them last reps in. A couple more. Come on.
Slider, man. I didn't go to
that song slaps so fucking hard.
That song slaps, man. We love Nessie so much. Shout out to you, buddy. I got to tell you, today's fully transparency day from me. Fully transparent day. I only was able to do like 10 push-ups, dude. Like my upper body is screaming after that boxing workout yesterday. Just screaming. So that lactic acid built up overnight, I'll tell you what. So I couldn't do too many push-ups, but hey, at least I did a few.
Hey, that's all it is, And here's the thing too, right? Like you were like in the beginning of the show, we're about to get into the SEC thing, but real quick on that, right? They were talking about how, I'm out of shape. You're not out of shape. You're not in shape to be a fighter. Like the workouts we're doing right now is just to get people's blood moving, to make sure they don't become, like their joints and stuff become locked up. This is more for like just people up and active.
I'm in shape
you know
for.
So there's
we're in
different
shape
levels
for
everybody.
podcasters. For podcasters, we're in shape. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah, super in shape. Hell
I'm
yeah.
gonna drop down just in case whoever wants to come up. Always love your little girls. So.
Well, we love you.
J-Chains, you got the Oculus, right?
Yeah.
Have you tried any of the boxing games? Because they're
Creed is tough, dude.
Amazing.
Yeah, you do 5 minutes on Creed and you're like sweating.
5 minutes, dude. You do like one boxing matches. They're like 3 1-minute rounds, and after 3 minutes, like, dude, you're just like, okay, I'm done. Like, I can't even breathe. That is true. I forgot about that.
I'm getting my Oculus sweaty.
Bringing you up on,
which is definitely an issue.
Woo!
Is that my dude?
That song had me pumped up, J Chains.
Yeah, dude.
Louise, man. Shout out to Nested. That's a good workout. I just got done hitting my sets.
There you go. Is that my dude Damon? Did he just pop up here?
Hey guys.
Yo, what's up, man? How are you?
Yo.
Just leaving the Kava bar, man.
How's business, man?
An all-nighter. Business is good. Business is booming.
All right.
Crypto and Kava joining forces.
I love this. Damon, set it up really quick. So you're down in Florida, and I forget what part. Maybe is it Tampa or the Panhandle?
North, in more of the armpit area, Jacksonville.
Okay, Jackson. Okay, cool. So recently set up a Kava bar. And so if you guys are in the area, make sure that you go and hang out with Damon, man, because Damon is one of the real ones, man. He's been around. He's been part of the crew for years. And I'm glad you popped in here, brother.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm happy to see you guys still doing these and starting big things. The channel's growing like crazy. And I'm so excited to see what happens over the next few months with the upcoming spot Bitcoins on the verge of getting approved. I mean, there's a little rumors floating around, little birdies tweeting everywhere saying that it's happening sooner than later.
Love to hear that. So, that kind of plays really full circle with the whole conversation that we want to get into today. There was an article that came out earlier this morning. U.S. state regulators intervene in Coinbase's unregistered securities case. An amicus brief filed to support the SEC argued crypto is insignificant, only used for speculation, and captured by existing investor protection rules. Now, like this whole thing, and obviously there's a lot of things that have been going on back and forth, with the SEC over many different cases. But this Coinbase one is really strange to me. Like, how can they approved them to be a publicly traded company, right? So how, like, they must have known the interworkings of the business when they approved them to be a fucking business, right?
Can I jump in on that?
Please do.
So what happens is the process of getting your initial offering is completely separate from the functioning of your business. It's literally like a checklist of the things you need to do to be on the exchange. So it has nothing to do with what your business does. It's 100% function of, do you have the cash? Do you have the backing? Do you have the investment? Like it's literally a checklist that goes down the line of what you have to do. So those two things are completely separate. I just want to put that out there.
All right. So like they didn't ask them at all, like,
yeah, it's not about like, do you pass like, some sort of test to be legitimate. It's about, do you meet the requirements necessary to make this happen?
Or did you pay enough money to do the bullshit red tape, for bureaucrats? That's probably more of the answer. Matthew, what you got on this?
GMGM fan. I was just going to say, definitely to B's point, from a regulatory perspective, all they have to do is meet the requirements saying what their business is going to do in order to IPO and fulfill those requirements. What I think the concern is here is that they said, okay, well, we're going to list tokens that are not securities. And what's happening is it turns out they listed a bunch of them that the SEC is saying are definitely securities. And these are other tokens that, they're not necessarily Ripple in some instance, but like some of the real altcoins that Coinbase decided to list. And so now they're saying, well, okay, now you're a broker dealer of unregistered securities, and that's a really big problem. Okay. So the regulatory clarity for them is just kind of like, it's kind of asinine. There's no way for them to get around it because their whole business model is to let tokens be on their exchange. So that's a really big issue for them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and and
go ahead, Trevor.
And can we also just state too, like one of the major issues in this whole thing is that all of these laws that they're trying to base all this off of came in the 1930s.
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I'm saying? Like the definite.
Give me a break.
And here's the problem too, is that they're trying to use scrutiny, right? Like they're trying to go to the to the definition of scrutiny, right? And in the 30s, like they tried to create this definition to be broad and to be able to stretch across all these markets that would come in the future. I mean, this is so far outside of the realm of anything that anyone could have imagined. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the issue, right? We need a complete rewrite of these laws and what these definitions are and what it means today. Hey, I love.
Man, it's always a cycle of money, right? Like, I don't know. I don't know if like these regulators are even qualified to regulate on these matters, right? And I think that in argument of how to pass law upon something, you have to have an understanding of what the application is, right? And I feel like the total displacement of when I hear classification of securities of certain tokens, maybe the way that they had their initial rollout could be considered a security, but the underlying protocol and use case application of the blockchain technology is not, however. So how does one go about regulating that, and in which manner are we talking, right? Because there's a lot of people have invested a lot of time and energy into the technology side of it. So I wonder how regulators are going to be dealing with that at the forefront, like the dismantlement of powers, or is it just fines and fees, or is it total shutdown?
Well, and exactly what you're talking about, I love, it's called the major question doctrine, which is the principle of statutory interpretation in the United States administrative law. Like that's where the scholars are pointing to, that this is where, Coinbase and, some of these other things, these other entities and lawsuits that are coming forward, this is where, the government's like looking like, what does this look like in reality?
But again, like, so how do we, all right, all of this said and done, because I think we all appreciate and understand it. And I do want to get to Zima's hand. Sorry, we missed you before the break, and then we'll get to Bisky. But I think like at this point, how do we break through and how do we rewrite securities laws that have, maybe the thought in mind? I mean, literally, maybe even just the thought in mind. Like we don't have to tailor them around them, for Christ's sake, but at least we can, now that, we're in more of a digital society and we understand this kind of shit, at least, make it so it's a little bit more understandable to everybody in all different parts of this vertical. Zima, what you got for us, man? GM.
What's up, boys? Okay, so I was going to comment on that earlier thing regarding the whole poverty and whatever, but I guess we're over here now.
Hey, you can. Hey, it's cool, man. You can hop on that and then hop back into where we are.
Okay, cool. So I just wanted to put 2 points there, because he was who brought the point up regarding the correlation between cognitive and poverty?
I think it was me.
Oh, what's up, bro? Yeah, so one insight there is that I actually ran into this in 2 weird scenarios. One was in Asia. They actually did a study. What they realized was there's a direct correlation between poverty, that mentality set, and the nutrition they're getting. So nutrition actually does play a very big part into what you just said there. So if you're going to correlate cognitive and brain states, you got to put the factor of nutrition in, because even children, we did a program one time where we literally fed just apples and fruits and stuff like that to schools we didn't realize that these kids didn't have breakfast. They were falling asleep in class. So there was another part of the whole connection there. Wanted to bring that up. Nice. Second part was actually, sorry, but
no, I was saying nice about what.
Yeah,
what.
Yeah. Another insight was, I remember one time we were setting up a desk during the credit derivative days for Bear Stearns. If you guys don't know Bear Stearns, that means was that you were there. Yeah, I can tell your age, but tell my age. But Bear Stearns doesn't exist anymore. But they were like the Goldman Sachs, right? And they were one of the ones that vanished back in the day. I remember we set up a desk there, and I remember like bringing in some of the big Wall Street executives to teach these bond guys, and we were setting up a support desk for Asia. And the craziest thing was, we were literally handing them like the keys to like some insights of like how to make millions of dollars on this stuff. And I noticed there was like this weird atmosphere. So I sat down some of the guys and I asked them, I said, do you guys realize the opportunity you have here? You like literally are gonna have an understanding and access to some of the most like intricate parts of Wall Street and know how to make some of these crazy dollars, right? And the poverty mindset was the most apparent to me there when one of them said, well, we don't actually believe we're ever going to get that. And I was like, holy shit, right in front of their face. The opportunity was right there. They were in everything was lined up for them. And yet there was something inside them that just didn't believe they were worthy. So I wanted to share those stories regarding, just the whole poverty mindset thing, because there's a big part where there's nutrition, but the other part where it's just a self-declared worthiness, I guess. That's what you call it. Anyways, that was so that's point. And then last part was
Oh no, guys, official. I was gonna say I put up in the jumbotron up there, or SpaceX or space station, whatever we're calling it, up in the top there.
What did we
that was
call
the
it?
first episode.
We got to actually think of what we were calling it.
Well, I've heard from many of professionals it referred to professionally in Twitter Spaces as the nest.
Yep.
Believe it or not.
But now that the bird is gone, it can't be the nest anymore. It's got to be the X. It's got to be like, what were we calling it? Not the space station. It was something.
X station.
X, I guess. The station. Command Xbox. Station. There we go. Command station.
The docking station.
No, we can't use that.
The docking station.
Nope. No, I refuse to use that. It's we use the command center. It's up in command center. It's the command center.
Perfect. Well, up in the command center, I did put the first episode of Crossfire, and they were talking about, is Coinbase good or bad, right? And so now it's like we're having this conversation, and now I'm like sitting there thinking like, well, wait a second. If people, like if everyone's feeling that Coinbase is a bad thing for, cryptocurrency as a whole and where we're moving to, then I mean, like, should we just like what implications is this going to have now, right? Like, is this what we wanted? Or now is this just another layer that's making this whole thing more complex than it even was in the beginning?
Well, I think it's important to note in this article, like it basically says that Coinbase is fighting an existential case in this whole thing, and with Coinbase being the larger, and maybe, Matthew, you're probably better qualified to speak on this than I am, but with Coinbase being one of the larger acceptable use platforms here in the United States, if they go down. We talk about the U.S. stifling innovation in crypto and blockchain. Like, that's it. RIP. Like, you could kiss the United States goodbye as far as digital innovation goes, because they would have sealed their own fucking fate. And the fact that you've got, I forget who said it before, the fact that we've got these regulators that don't shit about shit, and they're the ones writing the rules, it makes no sense. Like, so we've got a lot of work to do, and we all know that. And it's, I'm not like upset about it, but it is frustrating that, it's like the blind are trying to lead us through this. They don't know our ecosystem. They don't know the inner workings yet. They feel like it's their moral obligation to help the retail investor, with the SEC. But the more that they do, the more damage they do. They're actually hurting the retail, and they're helping the institutions. So the SEC can, if you're listening, if you're tapped in and spying on us like we all think you are, fuck off. All right, who's next?
Well, I can comment on how little the government cares about any of us from internally, now that I don't do anything with them anymore. But during the COVID era, all the government funding for PPP and EIDL loans, I approved all those to banks, businesses, and everybody. Trillions of dollars went out, and the first round of money that went out all went out to the senators, governors, everybody that helped pass legislation, all got the money before there was roadblocks put up for the normal consumer. They got trillions of dollars of no doc loans that were used for, just ghost businesses, shadow businesses that no longer exist. But all the initial funding all went to the people that are making your rules and laws right now. And the rest was trickled down to the normal populace.
Absolutely.
I want to ask you about
Regular day in America.
question regarding securities. Yes.
Yeah, let's. I think. Hey, I love it. I think you had your hand up, bro, and we'll swing around and hit these other ones too.
Let's get Zima. We'll swing back to you just a second. Yeah, let's clear up some of these hands really quick, and then we'll be back.
I just want to say real quick, and I'm usually long-winded. One, shout out to my brother L on stage, man. That's my dog from Cardano. He's #1 influencer over there. 2, retweet the room. 3, ain't nothing gonna work. Ain't nothing gonna change until we make the change, man. So we got to put the boots to the ground. We got to let them know that last hype cycle, the buy me Lambo, win Lambo, that whole wag me phase is only wag me for those that's working. You know what I'm saying? If you don't work out here, you don't eat. Point blank period. So you better get out here, get on the ground, and that's how we're going to make a change. If we force the issue to legislators, then they have no choice but to listen to their representatives.
100%, man. I have been saying for forever, not forever, but for at least 2 years, right? At least as long as Web3 has been a thing. Web3, your credit in Web3 is your contribution. There is no exception, right? So if you're here working, you're putting in your time, credit is credit due. If you're here just to fucking beat around, get lost. You know what I'm saying? We don't need that. At this point, we don't need it. Like we just 100%. We just don't need it at this time in the game. Let's go. I'm always a fan of chivalry. Chivalry is not dead, so I'd love to go to Mama Bear first, and then we'll go to Andrew.
You guys, good morning. It has been forever.
GM.
You've always been one of my favorites. So I have to tell you, this whole thing with absolute power corrupts absolutely. It's still the truth. And this whole thing of Coinbase and what are we going to do with it and what's going to happen from the legislature, the whole point is to keep the elephant tied to a chain, at the post. That's the whole point. And if they can keep us from being able to be in charge of our money, to be able to move our money, to be able to spend our money, to be able to eat what we want to, right? The whole thing of the king's rich foods, that's what happened with Henry VIII. Gout got him because he didn't eat anything that was healthy. He just ate over rich foods. And so he got sick that way. So there's a balance, right? You have to eat enough good food that you have enough stores so that when hard times come, you have enough to see. I'm insulated from, famine. So you have to insulate yourself from famine. But on top of that, you have to consume enough good stuff that your brain is able to function. And the whole philosophy is if we keep people sick enough, starved enough, and broke enough, and keep their mind broke enough, then they can't see what we're actually doing to them. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm awake. I'm not woke, but I am awake. Like I'm super awake. And this conversation really got me excited. I'm ready to get my girls' school day going. We're going to talk about some of this stuff. And thanks for the moment, Jay James.
Oh, absolutely, Mama Bear. It's great to hear from you. Please, you guys, and this goes literally. We say this every day. This goes out to everybody in the audience listening, guys. This is a show for the community by the community. So if you ever want to be a part of it, please just throw the hand up. We'll bring you up on stage. We got the one rule only. It's don't be a douchebag. So no racist, sexist, homophobes. Other than that, your opinions, your thoughts, your contribution is not just requested. It's appreciated. We'll go with that. Let's go to Andrew, and then I think Matthew after that, and then we'll start getting through some more of these hands, baby. What's up, Andrew? GM.
Good morning. It's been so long since I have talked in here. I just wanted to first note back to a previous topic of the whole AI celebrities interacting with them on Twitter thing. And I just want to point out, I think community is always going to be important. People love actually connecting with people with their similar interests, especially here in crypto. Being able to speak with celebrities would be cool. But more of something to play around with it than anything. If you're into celebrities, and of course you might be more interested, but if you're into crypto, you want to talk to other people who are actually into crypto and work with those people and connect with those people. And then kind of more on the what are we actually doing in terms of working with regulation. I was just kind of wondering, is Ben still involved in politics? Because that's something that I always admired about the channel, was seeing influencers actually working with politicians to figure out regulation and write bills and whatnot.
Yeah, I think I don't know if Ben's got the mic. Oh, there you go. He unmuted.
Yeah. I can chime in real quick. Right now where we're at, we're not doing a lot of stuff with politics because of everything that's happened. But I have my guy who is my main politics guy is working in the office with me now, so that's a big we're going to head back there. And with Bencoin, a lot of people know obviously about Bencoin. One of our main 4 pillars that we're trying to attack with crypto adoption is policies and regulation. So it is still a focus for us. It's going to be a focus. Right now, it's just not the priority, but we are going to be moving back to that because, on the channel today, I'm covering a story of you got more people coming out against crypto now, and it's popular to hate crypto. And the basis is we don't have the regulation we need to keep the space safe. And it's no coincidence. You got these people filing these briefs on behalf of the SEC versus Coinbase. At the same time, the Sam Bankman-Fried trial is going on. So, it's kind of the worst of our space is on full display right now, and people are jumping on and piling on. But us who have been here for a while, we all understand that regardless of what they're doing on the outside, crypto's preparing for a big bull run. And so by this time next year, everybody will be wishing that they had jumped on the train. And, a lot of these people right now that are going to they look great saying crypto is bad. They're going to look terrible saying crypto is bad next year. And then in 2.5 years, they'll all be right again, and then we'll be villains again. So that's just the way that it works. But yeah, super excited to continue working in politics and move forward.
Yeah. When in doubt, zoom out, guys. Remember, this is all a market. Markets are cyclical, and we're just on the downside of it. Coming up soon though, so don't worry. Matthew, were you next?
Maybe. I was just going to say from a Coinbase perspective, I think what's so interesting is that there's nothing proprietary about what they do. So I don't think we should keep putting them on a pedestal like they're some creative innovator. Mm-hmm. I think they're also a very Web 2 company based on Web 2 traditional stock market dynamics. And so if they go away, the whole market, it might be shaken a bit, but you've got a number of other ways that people can get into this ecosystem. And I think DEXs or decentralized exchanges are something that the SEC can't control. And that's something that I think may even proliferate if we see things like Coinbase go under.
Yeah, well, that's kind of been the whole theme of the week, right? We started with Crypto Crossfire on Monday, and we carried it into the conversation yesterday. And it is that whole what are we going to do to either foster a truly decentralized ecosystem? Because for fuck's sake, that's what crypto's all about, or or do we need to make it easy for people in onboarding, right? It's kind of that same thing we talk a lot about on this show with trading. Sometimes you got to trade your privacy for convenience, right? Like me, I fly Clear. I have given them my eyeballs so that I can have an easier experience in the airport, and I'm okay with that. Right now, there are other things where I would not trade specific parts of my privacy away, even though at this point I've given my eyeballs up. It's the dodo's conundrum, but at some point, we're going to have to figure it out. But crypto, I think, is a different ethos because it literally goes, against the whole ethos of what crypto is. Let's go Beaskeet, L, and then Zima, and that might wrap us out for the day.
I don't know if you guys know this, but Satoshi Nakamoto invented the Bitcoin. Those are actual phrases said by the people that we're expecting to regulate this space. You got to be kidding me. But one of the things I've been thinking about lately is
shout out to Brad Sherman in Cali, baby.
The pace of the SEC going after crypto and the sort of ragtag way they've gone about it. It's happening, I think, and this is just a guess, but they want to try to snuff this fire out before the use cases get fully established. So, but crypto's so new that new use cases are coming up every day. And I think them trying to cut it out first is trying to get in there and say it's pure speculation. There's no use case before it has time to establish all the use cases. So I just wanted to put that out there.
My guy. Love it.
Spot on.
L, what you got for us, fam?
Yo,
and by the way, I threw you that follow, L. We got to connect, man. Let's collaborate. I got to know more about what's happening in the Cardano ecosystem. So let's take our conversation after this offline.
Yeah, of course, man. I just followed you back anytime. Just hit me up, and I'm always happy to talk and see what's going on. You guys just need to move. The SEC fucking suck. To be honest with you, I've never laughed so much just watching anything regulatory that is coming from the US. The UK fucking sucks, but definitely not as bad. Every 2 weeks, oh, Coinbase is bad, Binance is bad. They're acting like you guys are fucking criminals. I mean, some people are, but we don't need to talk about that. I just think they keep you in a regulatory paradox, so you have no idea what's going on. They can keep manipulating you again and again and again, and it's kind of blatant at this point. I think you just need to leave. Just get the fuck out of there.
I don't hate that. I don't hate that idea.
Hey, and you know, here's the funny part. We move the money over here, don't you understand? You know what I'm saying? So these people with the greater interest, don't sleep on the fact that BlackRock has purchased 5% of the top 5 Bitcoin mining companies and entities. So, you know, with them being futures investments and pitching to the generations and trust and all these money that they move and manipulate, it's in their greater interest to drive the narrative sometimes. You know, keep your eyes peeled for stuff like that, because it's inherent to understand what it is that they're saying and what it is that they're doing and why it is that they're doing it. Crypto is both a software and a financial tool. And we got to preach that message to others, right? Because normally when I have conversations, and I love onboarding people inside of crypto, me myself personally, I do. But the number one conversation that I hear is inherently always attached to the money aspect of it. And there's two faces, there's many faces of love, but there's two faces to what we come to love and enjoy. So we can't lose that during the educational process.
My guy. Wise words have been spoken by AI Love. Appreciate you, brother. Zima Blue Star. Final hand of the day. What you got for us, my man?
Well, just trying to understand the concern and the goal. Like, for example, right, we're talking about the securities issue regarding Coinbase, right? Now, and you had mentioned a couple of things, like, you know, how do you make it simpler? How do we, what are we looking for? What are we really trying to do? Like, I'll give an example, right? When you talk about you know, Coinbase itself. Coinbase, you can't let it die. Right now, it is your number one easiest onboarder, period. Right, and it actually for the United States up there at the very least. At the same time, when you talk about you know how traditional finance and regulators get involved with crypto, it goes both ways, right? So, for example, we're talking about how they're going to regulate our assets. Meanwhile, they take our assets and list them on their exchanges, right? So we have you have a very I'm not exactly sure what crypto wants. What do we want from them? I mean, in terms of clarity, do we want to just be not left alone, etc.? Right? I mean, what when you talk about like yeah? So I wasn't getting clarity in terms of what we want.
Yeah. Well, listen, we are all building the plane as it's flying, and I think that that's part of our problem, is that we don't know exactly where we're going or what we want or what we need quite yet. But I think we got a general idea, and we're moving forward with it. And at the end of the day, like, all this Coinbase action, while it may be good for beginners as an onboarding process, it does, the whole idea goes against what crypto is. So, guys, think about this. The technicals have not changed. I said it a second ago. When in doubt, zoom out, baby. Again, the technicals haven't changed. This is all, you could consider it FUD. Don't sell your coins for cheap. Diamond hands MFers. Thank you for being here. Have a great day today. Thanks for coming back to Web3 Breakfast. Tune in tomorrow. What you got for us, Turbo? You got some?
Yeah, real quick. Up in the command center up there, I posted the link over to AJ Wrights Crypto. He's doing an Algorand space right now, so that's where I'm gonna be going. If you guys want to jump into that, it is up in the top. Definitely great information over there.
Yeah, dude, absolutely. Tap in with that. Tap in with AJ and what he's got going on with Algorand. That's one of those coins in the future. Big pick. So, guys, make sure that you tune back in tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern. We come at you every Monday through Friday at that time. So, I don't know, do something cool. We like to say, if you make yourself 1% better today than you were yesterday, and you stack that up over the course of several days, I promise you, maybe you had a frown on your face. That frown will turn upside down into a smile. So, do something cool, and I don't know. We'll see you tomorrow. Adios, amigos.